Understanding farmers BMC is important because it will tell us whether the further process of converting farmers produce into starch will be a beneficial business for us or not. So for farmers, the customer segment is direct consumers to whom they can sell through vegetable market, or the starch processing units are also a customer segment for these farmers. Now, the value addition that they will be providing is lower cost and high quality produce, as well as multivariate produce. That means there are lot of crops through which starch can be processed. The most famous ones are wheat, rice, potato, and corn. Also, the customer channel would be a direct channel like vegetable market, or it can be through local transport agencies and local business people, local entrepreneurs who will sell these products to various processing companies, or companies like telecom powder, or food industries who also need starch for their products. And as such, there are not many promotional activities or after sales services that farmers can do for their customer relationship, but basically they can tell their consumers that they will provide them best quality products and create awareness regarding their products in the industry. The key resources that the farmers will be needing are seeds, crop seeds, manure, and farmers. Basically, we are targeting large farmers, so these large farmers will need to hire small farmers to cultivate their land. And why we targeting big farmers is because they can grow multiple crops in their land, and they can grow on seasonal basis, and they'll be more profitable for us because they will have more economies of scale. Getting to farmers' activities, key activities. This will basically include farming and transporting the crops either through their channel, either by themselves or hiring transportation agencies. The key partners for these farmers will be crop seed providers, as well as loan providers. They will need money for capital goods like tractor, or even for cattle. And the main cost for these farmers will be the input cost, the capital cost, and the transportation cost. Also, the key revenue generators will be the sale of their crops, whatever they will sell to these companies or in the vegetable market, or by renting their land. So farmers can rent their land whenever they are not using those lands for farming activities. So through that also, these big farmers can earn money. Now, the success of farmers BMC is very important for the success of starch processing units BMC, because when farmers will provide good quality products at low cost, will be able to produce most a better quality starch for various industries like pharmaceutical or tobacco.
The starch supply chain consists of mainly three stages. First is sourcing of agricultural raw material. Third is processing and manufacturing of starch. Third is to deliver to the end user industry. If we look at the processing part, since it is a volume game, let's consider if we are making a plant of processing plant of roughly 200 metric ton per day. This will require 60 to 65,000 metric ton of raw material every year. Since this is a very high volume, we must procure our most of the raw material within the radius of 300 to make it feasible. Second stage include processing and manufacturing of starch. This will require several stages, complex stages to process it to deliver the final product. If we look at the third stage of our logistic chain, this will be the to delivery to our end user industry. If we look at our need of starch is required in different industries. This includes pharmaceutical, food, paper, and several others. We need to be very smart about our delivery system. This will require smart e-logistics system. This will require better predictive models. To meet the irregular demand, we need to create different distribution, company controlled distribution centers near our main market to better meet the irregular demand in the on season or off season. This will require very smart predictive models, which we will be getting after few years of our operations.
Important to understand the BMC of end user of starch cycle, that is pharmaceutical companies where starch is used in manufacture of medicine. It is important as it helps in estimation of the starch produced by manufacturers and grown by farmers. Let's come to the business model canvas. Coming to key partners. Here key partners are suppliers, regulatory agencies, distributors, wholesalers, logistic partners, and doctors. Coming to suppliers, suppliers of raw material are the main important partners because supplier of raw materials, because the quality of raw materials determine the quality of the finished products. Higher the quality of the raw materials, higher the quality of the finished products, and lower the cost of the raw materials, higher is the profit margin made by the company, and that is being passed on to the end consumers as well. Coming to distribution channel partners, there are various distribution channel partners such as CFAs, distributors, wholesalers, retailers. These are the main players which help the manufacturers to place their product in the final consumer pockets. Coming to logistic partners, it includes travel partners and CFAs, which store the products and supply to all the wholesalers and retailers as required by them. These charge for the service. Coming to coming to doctors, doctors are the main decision makers and influencers in buying process. So here doctors are the main partners. Coming to key activities of a pharmaceutical companies involve R&D, that is discovering and looking for the other product formats and newer molecules for uh, in drug discovery. Operations linearity, so that the cost effectiveness is increased while production of medicines, one of the main key activities undertaken by the pharmaceutical company. And regulatory compliance, any manufacturing company is not able to produce anything when it's not able to follow regulatory compliance, that is GMP, as stated by the regulatory bodies of that company. Coming to key resources, any pharmaceutical companies has following key resources: manufacturing plant, manufacturing capacity, equipment, employees, distribution channel, supplier network. Manufacturing plant and manufacturing capacity determines how much the product can be produced by the pharmaceutical company, whereas the supplier chain and distribution channel involves how effectively the company can place their products in market. Coming to value proposition for customers, here value proposition is that the products with desired quality, therapeutic activity, potency, and no side effects are delivered to the end consumer, which helps in betterment of their situation. Coming to customer relationship, here here pharmaceutical companies cannot maintain a toll-free number like 24/7 customer care service, as customers are not aware of the product and its side effects. So in order to maintain customer relationships, as doctors are indirect customers for the pharmaceutical company, they go on with informational seminars and honorarium for them. Coming to channels, there are mainly four channels through which pharmaceutical companies supply their product. One of them is general trade, which is same as any other marketing segment, which includes CFAs, wholesalers, retailers, distributors, and others. This is the largest supply chain that is being observed in this industry. It involves the higher the supplier chain, the lower the margins that are being provided to the partners. Coming to modern trade, it is the type of channel that is being used to supply supply products in the market with the help of partnering with organized retail chain stores like 24/7 and Apollo. Coming to e-commerce, with rise in increasing e-commerce and internet shopping, medicines are being sold through online platforms such as NetMed. And the other one is institutional selling, as medicines are being sold through institutional channels to government hospitals and dispensaries. These also forms a major distribution channel for the pharmaceutical company. Coming to customer segments, as stated before, doctors are indirect customers for the pharmaceutical segment, and this is one of the most important customer segment. Coming to patients which are having diseases, and the other customer segment is government institutions which help and provide medicines to the general public. Coming to cost structures, the cost structure of pharmaceutical companies is same as any other company industry in any other segment, which include manufacturing cost, factory overheads, organizational cost, selling cost, marketing cost, employee cost. All these costs are same and reported as in other manufacturing companies. Coming to revenue stream, there are basically two revenue stream for pharmaceutical companies. One of them is like asset sale model, whereby the products, that is the drugs, are sold to patients through various channels and generates revenue from them. Another of them is leasing of intangible assets such as patents and trade secrets, whereby company leases their patents and earns royalty on them and acts as one of the main revenue streams for the companies.
So basically, the way we want to enter this market is by becoming an entrepreneur. What we want is to create a platform that somewhat works on a multi-sided method. Here, we want to connect farmers with their corporate counterparts and connect the demands. What we understood after reading lots of literature was farmers are ready to produce crops which are required for corporate, but in turn they required a commitment and a promise of safety that their crops would be sold. So we want to create an ecosystem where corporates have their demands, and these demands are on contract basis being negotiated with these individual farmers. So we see a form of hedging. So for this, we could partner up with your potential venture capitalists, bank, agricultural research groups, retail outlets, mega kitchens, processed food producers. A huge plethora of partners are available through which, through our platform, they could create a hedge, a future or a forward in which you get a dedicated amount of material for the contract you have signed, somewhat a niche form of an MCX market, right? The basic value that we want to add is, first of all, we want to provide a promise of pay to these farmers, because most of them are hesitant because they don't feel that their crops would sell. If we give them a surety that their crops will sell, they will most likely grow whatever they want. Next is starch. That is the key focus of the project. It can be obtained from not one, not two, numerous very sources like rice, maize, potato, and etc. So what we want to do is, promote local indigenous products which can be used to produce starch. So maybe Northeast is more rich in rice variants. So we can promote local farmers to grow their local crops which they have expertise in and give them a surety of pay, hence adding value. And these would in turn be dedicatedly converted into your starch, which could be sold to corporates. And here, when we are trying to cut the middleman out, we could also help in saving, cost saving, right? One more thing that we thought, that for our revenue streams, we can take a percentage of the total transaction of the material that has been taken place, which could be, decided after we have done some research and what is feasible. We could help these farmers maintain a portfolio of different types of crops which they want to sell to different corporates. So that could be an aspect. We could dive into waste management services, which are for these mega kitchens and your producers of food processors like Lay's, in which they use potatoes and then they throw away the water. And as we are providing a financial service in form of material transaction, we could take a premium from these corporates in form of matching the demand properly at right time, saving them the inventory cost of storing those raw materials, as well as cutting down the overall cost from which we can derive our premiums as well. So we feel that a new platform which directly connects farmers to these corporates, in conjunction with working with banks, local NGOs, and other financial institutions which could help us finance these farmers for the initial go, we could add value and dedicatedly produce starch for various end product uses, especially for talcum powder, for which not huge amount of specifications or granularity is required.